Welcome to the No Fear Pressed. I'm your host, CJ,
And I'm the co-host, Anthony.
and we wanted to start this podcast, one, as a way to highlight creatives specifically in the sports realm. Ant, been my boy for a few years now. He's been with me since my Balls Life days, and that's a conversation we're probably going to get into here shortly. Anthony, anything you want to say to shortly introduce yourself, or anything you're going to say to start us off?
Basically, just what I'll say is I'm a videographer, photographer in Phoenix. And I've obviously, like you just said, known him for few years now. And, it's been a blessing, fun, time experience. And I'm excited to start this podcast.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, Ant's been coming to me for a while. I wanted to start a podcast. I said, bro, let's do it. Me and him been behind the camera for a minute. I've been doing this. I've been kind of filming sports since I was in high school, since I was Ant's age. And Ant started picking it up when we first met a few years back. And, we've got our experiences, building up social media pages, making content. And we just thought it'd be cool to really highlight the people who are in the industry themselves, the ones filming it, kind of making the magic happen making the magic behind. What am I trying to say? Making the magic happen behind the scenes. There we go. So we wanted to highlight those folks as well as the athletes in front of the camera. So that's kind of a basic idea why we started this. First little thing I want to do, Ant, is introduce yourself. Tell the people a little bit about yourself. How'd you get started in this? Maybe how we met, and maybe that can just roll into a whole other conversation.
All right. Well, obviously, the reason I got into this is just because I always felt like, I enjoyed every sport that I played, whether that be football, baseball, basketball. So I was like, since I don't really want to take this serious where I'm on a team, why not just pick up the camera and be taking pictures, videos? Because what I always thought was a lot of these athletes, they lack exposure, and a lot of them they aren't seen because they don't have any highlights or any content themselves. So I feel like that was a big reason why I wanted to do that for athletes that are amazing, could be 5 stars, to have their exposure and be out in the light. And I
I got thirsty.
I met CJ through Balls Life event. Balls Life used to have park takeovers, which I don't think they do anymore.
No, that's a whole other conversation itself. Yeah, you mind if I give you some context to that?
Yeah.
So, back in 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic, just to give you all a little context, I graduated from college out here in Arizona, ASU. Graduated from college 2020 in the middle of the pandemic. There's no sports, right? I majored and got a degree in sports journalism. There were no sports. So long story short, I started working with a local up and coming influencer. I guess you say somebody who's trying to revive their online presence. I ain't gonna drop names quite yet. Maybe someday, not right now. And then long story short, through working with them, end up getting a job with Balls Life, which if you're a hooper or in the hoop scene at all, Balls Life is this big media organization, media company that's all about basketball. They got Zion. They got really big when Zion Williamson was in high school, when LaMelo was in high school. They were big before that, but that's kind of when they really started to blow up because they had all this high school footage of Zion, LaMelo, other NBA stars back when they were in high school. So start working Balls Life, traveling, doing that tour stuff, and so I was on tour going from city to city, and then me and Ant end up meeting up when one of the events is in Phoenix. So my bad. You can go ahead and pick up the story now if you want to continue that.
I'm not gonna get too in detail of how me and CJ met. Nothing too crazy, nothing
Oh no,
wild.
I'm gonna expose you. Don't worry.
And we're not gonna do
I'm
that.
gonna expose you.
And basically, I used to be a troll on Instagram before I even really took any social media serious. So I was just trolling the Balls Life account, and that's crazy to say.
How old are you?
Bro, I think I was 13 years old.
So you were in 7th grade?
Yeah, I was in 7th grade.
And yeah, and I was the one that was running the Balls Life West Coast Squad account at the time. And literally, you were just trolling, right? You were just spamming. What were you even saying? Do you remember what you were talking about?
Yeah, that's a blank memory now.
Bro, I remember I had to block you though.
I do remember that.
It was getting real spammy, real trolly, real quick, and I was like, it was, bro. There was every time I checked the DMs, it was something talking about Wagyu's better. That's why you lame. CJ's lame. Wagyu's better because Wagyu was one of the other cameramen who was helping manage the account at the time. And bro, I just got to a point where I was like, bro, I gotta block this kid. Like he's trolling me every day, nonstop. And so I actually ended up blocking you from the account. And then you found my personal account after that. How the hell did you find my personal account?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
How did you do that? Did Wagyu tell you?
No, I'm gonna be for real. Wagyu didn't tell me none, but
So then you found my personal account, spam me on that, start trolling me on that one, be like, CJ, unblock me. This is why Wagyu's better. I'm like, bro, ain't no damn way you found my regular account. And I forget exactly like what happened after that, but there was some sort of truce, wasn't there? How did that happen? Wasn't
that
I remembering that correctly?
that happened at a handshake
Right. And that
at the facility.
that was at the facility in Phoenix, right?
Yeah,
And did you DM me and you were like, or was it whose idea was it to have this truce? Was it you or me?
I think it was me.
Okay.
Because I was like, and the time I was like, bro, I'm done trolling.
You said, bro, unblock me, truce. And I was like, truce, we gotta end this. Was that the first time we met in person?
Yeah, that was
Really?
facility. Yeah,
Wow. So the first time we met in person, you wanted me to unblock you. Cause did I have you block on both accounts or was it just the Balls Life West Coast Squad one?
I don't recollect that.
It might have just been that cause I feel like how else would you be DMing me? So I feel like it was just the West Coast Squad account. We eat up, we dap up. That's when we first officially meet. Did I meet Raul that night too?
Roll found you, brought, and I think told you to come over.
Wow.
Cause
Raul's his older brother, by the way.
Roll, I didn't recognize you. Roll did though. I'm be honest. Even to this day, I'm really bad with faces.
I can't stand.
Like if I see someone on social media and then see him on real life, my brain just, I don't know, it don't work.
How did Raul recognize me?
Raul's not like me.
He's different. Raul's a little different. He's a little different. So then the beef was squashed.
Yeah.
And then after that, we were cool. After that, I was like, oh, he's literally a kid. Like he's a 13-year-old kid with a deep ass voice, and he just likes to hoop. Like, and after that, we actually like started a friendship, right?
Mm-hmm. But okay, so after the facility,
Yeah.
Roll had DM me, was like, bro, we don't got a ride to this takeover. Like, can you like pick us up? Well, he offered you like what, $20 for gas?
He hit me up. That's right. Okay, I didn't know if that was him or if that was you.
That was him. That was his.
Raul hit me up for a ride to the takeover, right? In Phoenix. That's right. Did I say yes?
Yeah.
I picked y'all up.
You did pick us up.
Did y'all think that was weird?
We thought you was gonna kidnap us.
What?
That's where like CJ kidnapping us joke came from.
Yeah, that
was from you picking us up that one time.
Yeah, the pickup that y'all paid me to do. So that joke gotta die, bro. But
that joke did die until right now.
I ain't got it until now.
So it's gonna come back.
And then after that, so now we cool. Now I know like we're in the same city. I took you guys to the event. I do remember that. I remember stopping at Circle K and getting like snacks and Gatorades and stuff. Like, y'all want some? Oh,
when you had money.
I was a dad for real. I was literally a dad. And then did we start going to church after that?
I
Did I
think
start inviting y'all to church?
we went to go hoop. After that, I kind of felt God like telling me like, hey, you should probably hit up CJ, like tell him about like what's been going on recently. Because I remember we did talk about church. So I was like,
when we do that? Was that on the way to takeover or was that just
at JC?
JC?
We talked about it.
What, the park? We started talking about church?
Yeah.
That's dope.
So then, obviously, first service I go, it talks about everything that I was going through at that time. And I think 2 months later, I get baptized at that church.
Yeah.
I remember just kind of realizing like, this is where I'm placed at. This is where God wanted to be rooted at. So I took my faith very seriously, you know.
Yeah.
And obviously, it doesn't get strong as soon as you get baptized.
Yeah.
But as the time went by, I felt like I was getting closer with God and felt like meeting CJ was like something like God intended because it would have led me to you or it would lead me to him is what I meant.
I know what you meant. But that's crazy. That I think about like, because you always hear people say like God works in mysterious ways. And around that time, like when I was on the road, like right when that part of my life started, like working and getting into content creation, working Balls Life, I just started taking my faith seriously, right? Like I just started taking, like, I always grew up hearing about Jesus. I grew up Catholic, But then I actually started to like make Jesus the Lord of my life at that time in my life. And comes you just trolling, bro. So you start off as a troll, you end up getting blocked, and then I give you a ride to the park takeover. We end up going to church. You get baptized, and you kind of start your own journey in itself. So it's crazy, like even what you're saying, like God's, you can see God's hand in it, and like I mean I don't know how involved you were in church before we met,
I
but
wasn't in any churches.
so yeah, just to see you go from like you were just a troll, bro. Like you were just like any other kid, like just trolling some like account that they follow. But then you end up like actually being like a little bro to me, you know? And it's cool. Like we're still cool to this day. Like I still like to think of you as like, you know, a little protege. Not to like I'm not trying to little bro you or anything, but bro, it's like it's cool. Like you picked up the camera stuff, you started filming that, and you started going to church, started taking your own faith walk seriously, started taking your own relationship with Christ seriously. So I think it's really cool. It's just cool to see like God's hand in it all and how it all started just like social media, basketball kind of scene, but then it translated to like real life connection. So I thought that was dope.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like when you said like I'm your prodigy, like I always tell people like when they ask me like hey, how'd you get so good so fast? I tell them like I've been in like I think it's been like 2 years now since I picked up a camera.
Yeah, about
And I was telling him like CJ was like a big mentor for me. Like when I was doing everything, he taught me how to edit,
that's love.
taught me like the idea. Cause I didn't start filming until you put me on the biggest high school stage to film. You put me in section 7, you're like, hey, I need you for the weekend.
Was that your first time?
That was our first time filming.
You're lying.
I
You
swear,
didn't film nothing before that?
not off a camera, no. Off a phone, yeah.
Wow, off a real camera.
Yeah.
So that was your first time filming like on an actual camera. Was that section 7?
Yeah. Put me in the biggest high school stage, and I feel like even that alone, that helped me a lot when it came to pressure and feeling like I'm not gonna be good. So it helped me a lot because it gave me a lot of confidence and to believe in myself. Because every time a player would come up to me asking for film, I'd be like, here's my account. And that's where I got my confidence to really advertising myself.
Learning how to network.
Yeah, definitely. Because
Fire.
like when you get put in that big of a stage, like Section 7 has people like Jared McCain, Bryce James, all these big high school names. Koa P, I think, was there one time, or
Yeah, Koa Pete was probably, yeah, he was there with Perry.
5-star player right now. And like Sierra Canyon plays there, Millennium, all these top schools,
Mm-hmm.
and like the West Coast mainly. They all go out there. And when I was put on that stage, I was very nervous because it was my first time.
Mm.
But then as soon as I kept like getting, I'm like, okay, I understand what I need to do now. Although you were editing, I understood like
Facts.
where I needed, like that's where I needed to be at,
Mm.
is filming, not taking pictures. I still take pictures, but I feel like me like filming is where I'm really at now.
Mm-hmm. Bro, yeah. And for those, wow, that we can say something else. For those that don't know, Section 7 is a big high school basketball tournament, kind of like we were saying, mainly for like West Coast teams, West Coast schools. It's a big high school basketball tournament. Rest in peace. It used to be played at the Cardinal Stadium, which was lit. They had like 12, 15 courts, something like that.
They had
They had,
12 courts.
they had 12 courts at State Farm Stadium where the Cardinals play. And now they're moving it. They're moving it all the way to Mesa. I mean, granted, they're moving it to a pretty dope facility in Mesa. Like, what's that place called? Like Legacy Sports Complex.
It's not Legacy.
It's not at Legacy. It's not gonna be at Legacy.
I don't think so. No,
Oh snap! I gotta do my research.
I could be wrong.
I thought so. Legacy is like the second biggest like sports complex in the country, which is still pretty lit. But bro, playing basketball at an NFL stadium, that was dope.
That is.
That was fire. Like that was iconic. And now it's not gonna. It's gonna be at a new venue this year. So, maybe we make an appearance still. I don't know. You feeling Section 7 this year still, or
Hey man, if I can get the credentials in, as
Hey.
in you signing me up, because I don't know how to do any of that still.
true. We'll work on that. Don't worry.
I'll definitely do it for sure. Because every time I'm up there, I feel like I get the most exposure as a cameraman.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you brought up a really cool point that I want to touch on, bro. And like, this is how. I mean, I'm not trying to like brag on myself or to my own horn, but this is how I learned to get to the experience that I'm at. But also, I learned how to get as good as I got. Is I had somebody who believed in me. They showed me a few things. They showed me the ropes, and they're like, "Okay, now go do it." Like, nope, now go create. Like, and for me, that was my guy AK. I don't know if you might have heard that name, AK. Audic, AK Ball's Life. Audic is like one of the co-founders of Ball's Life. Him and Matt were the two founders of Ball's Life. AK has been there since the beginning. He's been there since like the original mixtapes, like OG, like day one ball is life. AK gave me the account. I was just a young, like, what, 19, 20, 21-year-old, maybe like 21 years old, 22 maybe. He gave me the West Coast Squad account. I made some posts. He never told me to like take anything down. He was like, hey, when you post it, do it like this instead. Or hey, these kind of posts are doing really good right now. Post like this instead. He never told me, oh, delete that, take that down. He never told me to take anything down. He was like, hey, for next time, do this. And he let me have the freedom, bro. And then from there on, I started filming, started learning to edit, uploading, started learning more about engagement, like commenting, like content creation. And that was huge for my growth. Like, just having somebody who I like, AK was the GOAT to me. Like, I looked at AK and I was like, oh my God, like, this dude's the GOAT. Like, this is like the creator, the founder of Ball's life. And he's like showing me the ropes. He's like, showing me the way. And here he was, he's being like, okay, now go do that. And he would just check out on me like, hey, how the post coming? Like, you know what I mean? So to me, that was everything. So, like, the fact that I could do the same for you, and yeah, I'm sure that was, like, intimidating, but, like, I made sure to be there with you at least for the first day. To be like, "Hey, here's the media entrance. Here's you pick up your credentials. Like, this is where you stand. Like, this is how you walk like, to make sure you get comfortable." And then after that, I was like, "Alright, deuces.
Because
Good luck."
you had to go out of town.
Yeah, I was leaving, right? So I was like, "Alright, man, good luck," right? How did you feel? How did you feel when I left you alone on like, just the second day?
The second day I came in there, I think every day I felt the exact same. Like when I got there, knees felt a little shaky.
For real?
Honestly, I don't get nervous. I was nervous.
Man, I didn't know that. What the heck? You were nervous?
Bro, it's like you're behind the camera, but it's like all that thoughts like, yo, I'm filming this person or this person could be here. That's when it got crazy. And then like I'd get to the media room, set up, my body started feeling better. I walk out to the courts, nerves get all bad because like the energy, all that. Like it's all there. I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
like it's something that you don't experience.
Mm.
And obviously, if you haven't been to Section 7, like I think in that time when you were there at State Farm, you would understand that energy that was there. The energy like was insane. Like
Yeah.
you walk up in there, this coach is going crazy, players going crazy. A dunk happens, you just hear on the whole opposite side a bunch of screaming going on. Lights up, like, hi.
Bro. Dang, so you were nervous for real.
Yeah, I was nervous, but then I met AC over there, Ball Dogs AC. Shout out Ball Dogs, by the way.
Ball Dogs AC.
And I was like, "Yo, what's good?" Like, I was just like chopping it up with him. Me and him came pretty like close, and I was like, you can make some friends in that media area. Like even more than just athletes, you can find cameramen who will get you in the right places.
Bro, that's where it's at. Like that, like those kind of events, that's the time where you shake hands, you meet people, you meet you meet other videographers, other photographers, you meet like Ball Dogs AC, you meet Timeout. You know what I'm saying? Like local,
I
like
met my boy.
organizations.
What's his name? I know his name. It's like TDX. What's his name?
Oh, Tanner?
Tanner. Yeah.
Yeah.
That like that was pretty cool meeting him. Like he like every time I welcome him, was like, "Yo, what's good, Ant?"
Yeah. So
Remember my name from the first day.
faces and everything. I'm telling you, bro, like the community's pretty dope. That's why, I mean, that's the whole reason why I want to start something like this. Like the like I can't speak for all creatives, but at least from what I know, like it seems like everybody's kind of like every man for himself, but the sports creative community is super dope. If you get a chance, if you're cool, if you're like, hey, bro, like I saw you here shooting this, or like, hey, I see your stuff all the time. You're tough. Like the community's pretty dope and they're pretty supportive of each other. So that's why I thought it was super cool, like doing something like that, like at Section 7, like meeting all those people. Who were some noticeable like big names that you met? Like maybe not like filming, but what were some big names like in the crowd, people that were there to watching?
So I met Jalen Williams,
J-Dub?
the dark skin, not the light skin.
Yeah, not
On the OKC Thunder, I met Chris Paul. I met Matt Barnes, Debo Samuel, Cam Wilder,
yeah, Cam was there.
and Derek Fisher.
They were all there watching Section 7?
Yeah.
So there's some big names that pop out to these games.
I'm sure there's a lot more that popped out. I just didn't even meet them.
Yeah, Jalen Williams in the playoffs
Oh,
right now.
Kobe White.
Kobe White was there? Kobe White was there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What the heck? Who was he watching?
I'm not sure. I didn't really get to talk to him, but he sat right next to Chris Paul. You know what's crazy though? Chris Paul, I was just sitting. I think, like from my memory, I think I was just sitting somewhere, and then Chris Paul just sits like 2 seats away from me,
Just to stand next to you?
like not next to me, like 2 seats away. I'm like, yo, that's Chris Paul.
Yeah. Did you have to go like that?
Yeah.
What did you think, or what happened? What happened after you sat down
I
next?
texted Raul, my brother. I was like, bro, Chris Paul's sitting like 2 seats away from me right now.
What do you say?
He's like, bro, no way, you should get a picture. I'm like, bet. And then I got a picture of Chris Paul. And I was telling her, like, like, I'm a fan. My brother's also a big fan, because
Mm.
that's when my brother was hooping. I was like, he's an undersized guard and, he looks up to your play style. So when I told him that, he was like, Chris Paul, I didn't think like he'd be like cool with fans. Like Chris Paul on the court is different.
Right. Oh,
Yeah, he like that man. Like, you see, like he be tweaking,
yeah. Chris Paul's a little.
but he's very nice to fans.
Really?
Yeah,
You
same
had a
with
good experience with him.
I had a really good experience with him.
Oh,
We had a
dope.
pretty good conversation about him and his son, and same with J-Dub actually.
For real?
Uh,
J-Dub too?
I had a really good conversation with him. I was talking about how he was playing it. I forgot where he told me he was playing it. I think he played in the Centennial. If I remember.
J-Dub?
Yeah.
What is this, Daniel? I just found out he's from here.
Yeah.
His brother played for Perry. Did he play for Perry?
He played for Perry. Yeah.
Jalen Williams played for Perry?
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay, see, I didn't even realize that. I know because his brother was Cody Williams.
Yeah.
And he went to, I think he's like in Colorado. He might have got drafted, actually.
I think I remember him getting drafted. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I didn't even know Jalen. I did not know Jada was from Arizona like that for real. But he
I
played at Perry.
had found out when he told me that he played at Perry.
He told you that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because I think I was watching a Perry game, just filming it.
And then what do you say? And how'd you find out?
I asked him, like, I was like, yo, why are you watching this game? Like, you here for somebody? He said, yeah, I actually used to play here. And he was like talking about how one of his like relatives were playing there. I don't think it was his brother. I think his brother's already in college.
Yeah, his brother might have been in college by that point.
So I just remember that. And then I was like, I'm thinking like, I told him like, I didn't know you was from Arizona.
No, for real.
Like, yeah, I lived here like almost most of my life.
That's wild. Freaking Jay. Now, was he an all-star this year?
I don't think so. Not that I remember.
Okay, so maybe not like all-star level, but he's one of the best.
He can be an all-star.
He's like one of the top 3 players on the OKC team.
For sure.
Top 3.
Because it's Shea, Chet, and J-Dub.
Yeah, that's their like big 3. Big, rising.
It's definitely a big.
Yeah,
it's definitely
yeah. I'm not gonna disrespect him.
You're not gonna hate him on this.
No, yeah, you're right. My fault. My fault, Jada. My fault. But bro, who was? Okay, so here's the thing. Because you mentioned Chris Paul, which I think is dope. Because I've dealt with Chris Paul on the media side of things, covering Suns games. Another side story. I cover Suns games time to time for this local media outlet, so I'm able to. So I was here in Phoenix, going to Suns games when Chris Paul was still on the team, and I don't want to say that man hated the media, but I feel like he for sure treated the media not as nicely as he treated the fans. Like
That's exactly what.
he's very short and he's kind of a jerk to the media. Honestly, that was my experience. Anyways, I don't know Chris Paul personally, but I feel like he's very kind of cutthroat business like.
Maybe he's like that with media because the media loves to twist words, and I think every NBA player, like not speaking for every NBA player,
Right.
but the majority when they speak out about media, like they're not a fan of them because
Fair enough.
they can twist words. Stuff like that's just like normal.
Yeah, this is funny. Me and Frank talk about this a lot because Frank, one of our boys, Frank, my roommate right now, Frank and I cover the Suns together. Remember how we did that together? And we and him talk about all the time. But this is really sad actually because I'm a Suns fan. This pains me to think about. But we just lost in the playoffs. I think this was. I can't remember. I think this was the season that we got KD in the middle of the season before trade deadline. I think it was with that. Anyways, there was high expectations. We get bounced in the second round. And Chris Paul was talking to the media. And basically they were asking him, like, do you think you're going to be here next year? Do you think you're going to be here? Like, do you think you're going to make it past the offseason? And Chris Paul was like, we'll see. It's like my contract says I'm still here. Like the typical, like, my contract says I'm still here. And then and then it was done. Like it was like we were at the practice facility, and he was done answering questions. He was leaving, and everybody was like, "Bye, Chris. Bye, Chris." And I was like, "Thanks a lot." Like, "Thanks, Chris." And as he was walking away, he wasn't telling me directly, but he was mad because I think one of the reporters was like grilling him about his performance and like the later games of that series. And I was like, "Later, Chris. Thanks a lot." And as he was walking off, he was like, "Try to tell me," under his breath, he goes, "Try to tell me how to do my damn job." Like as he walks away on the court. And so that was funny. Me and Frank laugh about that all the time because that's just kind of how he was. He was like very like like the way I perceived it, he was like, "Hey, I play basketball, y'all don't." He was always like, "I've been doing this for 20 years. Like he's like, "Have y'all ever played?" He's like, he was like, "Couple of like, have you played? Like, how long have you been playing basketball? Like, do you get paid to play basketball?" Like, it was that kind of attitude when he was talking to the media. Like, deservedly so. I mean, you're one of the greatest point guards probably in NBA history. I mean, is
Debatable.
that a stretch? Okay, you're one of the great recent point guards, right?
He's one of the greatest.
He's one of the greatest. He's one of the Chris Paul's Chris Paul's a Hall of Fame
For sure.
point guard. The only thing he doesn't have yet is a ring. Sadly, I was really hoping he can get it.
Rings on the final player though.
Rings
on the final player. That's an argument we'll get into one day.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing itself. But point being, yeah, he was just very much like, "Hey, I've been doing this 20 years. I've been playing basketball for a long time. What do y'all do? Y'all talk about it." Like, that was kind of his attitude when it came to dealing with media. But I'm glad to hear that he's pretty cool in person.
Oh yeah, I feel like there's a difference between media and then fans who do media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a big difference actually. Media, they don't do like articles and like twist people's words, any of that, or like try to bash them right in front of them.
Yeah.
Like, but then like when you're a fan and you run into a player like that, even if you're filming, I'm sure like they're like, "Oh, he's a part of the media, and I'll be a jerk to him." Like, that's not what they're thinking. They're thinking like that's a good person.
There are some players who are just jerks to the fans though.
Yeah, like Debo Samuel.
Oh, like I was gonna ask, like, did anybody you meet? Was there anybody like that who was kind of like not so friendly at Section 7?
Debo Samuel wasn't friendly.
For real?
He only took a picture of like one person that whole like the
Did
whole
you talk
day.
to him? Try to talk to him?
I tried to talk to him. Yeah.
What happened when you tried to talk to him?
Well, I didn't really try to talk to him actually. I just said what's up to him, dapped him up, and
yeah,
I seen him reject a bunch of fans.
For real?
So I was like, I might be asked for a picture. I'm not saying he's actually a jerk. I'm sure he's not a jerk.
Right, but he just
I think that day maybe he was on something.
he wasn't in the picture mood that day, perhaps.
For sure wasn't. But I told him like, "Hey, let me take a picture of you, like so like I can like put it on this like game I was filming, which was like Sierra Canyon game." So I did, and that's all I really got of him.
And he was cool with that?
Yeah.
Cool.
But just like how I sound like with other fans and stuff, it was like a little different. So I'm not saying he's a jerk, but he probably wasn't like having the best day. Maybe
we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
It was only one time. It's not like I see him every day. He's like, "Hey, bro, get away from me."
Yeah. Dude, that's funny. Well, I am, bro. How old are you now?
I'm 16 now. I'm about to be 17 the 6th year.
16. Your voice that deep makes me sick. Makes me freaking sick. So you've been doing this for a couple years now, right? You've been in the game, you've been learning. Like, you've had a couple of viral posts, a few actually.
Yeah.
Building up your account. Go follow him, by the way. NX Films on IG. Films with an S or with a Z?
Z.
So, films with a Z.
We made this.
We made it together, right? Right. We've searched painstakingly to create this username. Anyways, so I don't know, man. Like, I guess what are some big takeaways, I guess, or what are some maybe good life lessons you've learned in picking up the camera, kind of just learning, like you use your network opportunities pretty well. Like, people can get into a space, almost anybody can get into, a space with a bunch of people, like well-known people, but not a lot of people know how to capitalize on that. Not a lot of people know how to like be people persons and to meet people and to shake hands and network. So you're actually kind of naturally good on doing that on your own. So like, what are some big life lessons, I guess, that you learned in just taking small steps and over the past couple of years, and whether it's whether it's life lessons you learned with videography, photography, or just life?
So this might surprise you. I'm really an introvert. I don't be talking to nobody.
I don't surprise me one bit.
If I'm not in a space where I need to market myself, I don't talk at all.
Kind of stay yourself.
Yeah, definitely. So what I realized when I go out and film is, if you really want to make it, you better like talk. You better like market yourself, or else you're not going nowhere. You're gonna be like the next dude, So I always felt like if you don't speak up and be confident in yourself, like, you're not going nowhere. Confidence is such a big thing that you need to go to places. Because if you don't have confidence, you're not going to start. Because you're not being confident in starting. So I feel like confidence is a big thing. And really just something I learned is how to use my words. I don't know how to explain that. I feel like as time went by, you kind of realize, I feel like you've realized that I know how to use words in a way where I sound more sophisticated in a sense.
Yes, a very bright young gentleman.
And definitely just advertising myself
Mm.
and being like, "Hey, I do this. Let me show you my work. And if you're ever interested, let me know. We can talk and I can make something happen."
Mm.
That's always like kind of like my go-to. So that's like one way I've learned how to advertise, how to have confidence, and how to speak.
Mhm.
Which I feel like advertising and how to speak kind of like fall into the same category in a sense. But that's definitely like my biggest takeaways into picking up the camera and just understanding that, all these places I go to are a blessing.
Mm.
I can't I can't get too comfortable either in where I'm at. I have to understand that I have to keep going for me to really get to these places that I need to be at or that I want to be at. What are some takeaways that you've had, like when you picked up the camera?
Great question. Excuse me. Damn. Great question. That's why I hired you as the co-host. Some lessons that I've learned picking up. I honestly, similar to what you're saying. I think like the idea of being persistent, keep going. That's big. That's crucial. For me, um, I mean, man, I've been doing this since I was your age. Probably even a little bit before. I've been interested and involved in some sort of like media or like video creating, video editing, video storytelling since I was in seventh grade. So probably since when you kind of first got into it.
I got into it at the end of ninth grade.
Okay, so you really started taking it seriously like at the end of ninth grade?
No, I started.
Oh, you
in-
started in ninth grade.
When I took it serious
Mm,
was last year.
okay, fair enough. So I guess for me, my big takeaway is like sometimes, not sometimes, pretty you gotta commit to something, right? And for me, I wrestle with that a lot because it's like I don't wanna be known as just this one thing. Like, I go back and forth, like, sometimes I'll put the camera down for, like, months and won't touch it because I don't wanna be known as just a camera guy. I don't wanna be known as just the guy, like, "Oh, the video guy, the camera guy, come shoot this, like, come where my clips at?" Like, I don't wanna be known as just that. But in order to be really great and to be, like, known for something, like, not necessarily about being known, but to perfect your craft, you have to pick something and commit to it over a long period of time. Like, I've been doing this since, like, middle school, you know what I mean? Like, I'm 26 years old now. Don't say damn. I'm s um, I know that's not that old, but people be calling me Unc. Anyways,
Yeah, all right.
alright. Like so I'm 26 years old now. I've been doing this since I was maybe what, 13, 12. So and I'm not big, I don't got this crazy big brand, I don't got this crazy big business, I don't got, like, this crazy big name, but I got a lot of experience.
But you don't got a big brand, but you know a lot of people with a big brand.
Right, true, and I know a lot yeah, you know a lot of people, you just know people, so it's like, pick if you don't know, like and I for those of y'all that don't know, like, I'm a teacher now, like, I teach 7th and 8th grade, and I got some students who are like, "Oh, I don't know what I wanna do with my life," and it's like, bro, I'm 26 years old, I'm still trying to figure out what to do with my life, Like, I never thought I would be a teacher at this point in my life. Like, I was like, maybe when I'm older, like 30, 40. I mean, 30 ain't that far away. But anyways, uh, anyhow, like picking something and committing with it long enough could get you places that you never thought you imagined. And I guess number two is like, don't be afraid to try new things. Like I had the camera and that was my main thing for so long and now I'm teaching. Now I'm in a space where I'm in a school. I'm teaching 7th and 8th grade peer leadership. We're talking about character qualities, life skills, like um, helping disciple some of them. The ones that want to take their faith seriously, the ones that want to learn more about Jesus, like helping disciple them, showing them that path. And that's awesome. Like that's so life giving. So I would say, yeah, pick something, commit to it, even if you're not like, you don't have to be known for it, but if you pick something and stick with it long enough, it could pay off. And two, I guess another piece would be don't be afraid to try new things. Like life's a marathon, right? Like think about the long term. Like you don't have to be successful within 1 year of picking up something new, picking up some new hobby, picking up some new talent or whatever. Like play the long game.
Yeah. No, definitely. But are you like done with that question now?
Yes. I
Okay.
think so. Why you
I
got,
got
got
it.
another one?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So what was your goal when doing this
When doing what?
filming?
Filming?
What was your like lifetime goal or not lifetime goal, the goal you were trying to make happen on a day-to-day basis?
Hmm. So, wow, great question. So when I first started it, I just thought it was fun. Like, I just wanted to be on camera. Like, in middle school, we had video announcements. So, like, our job was to really, like, make announcements, like tryouts, what was that, like, upcoming events, and we also had the freedom to create our own segments. So, like, we had, like, a wacky races segment. Literally, we would just dress up as things and race and be like, "Oh, what's gonna" so, like, one time, like, I was a bowling ball and somebody was a
You know,
bowling pin.
you can't say wacky racist
Wacky races? Why? What do you mean?
because how it sounds.
What does it sound like?
Racist.
Wacky racist? Wacky races. Like, we were racing. The races were wacky, okay? Is that better?
Yeah.
Cool. So, like, I was a bowling ball, somebody was a bowling pin, and we would race, and people would be like, "Who do you think is gonna win?" Like, it was fun, It was just fun. Like, I was like, I'm making funny videos with my friends. Like, that was my first intro to it. Then I got into high school, and I started getting really interested into sports. I started following, like, you know, all the Arizona teams because I'm from Phoenix. So I started following the Suns, Cardinals. So then I was like, okay, maybe I can go on the Sports Center. That was kind of my thing. Like, when I get older, I want to work for Sports Center. I want to be a sports reporter. So that was kind of the initial motivation, and it changes for sure. It definitely changed as time went on, but initially to get me started, that's what it was.
But what about when you were in that Balls Life scene? Did you see that as something lifetime?
Like, doing it for life.
Mhm.
Honestly, I wasn't thinking that long term at that time. Like, I was just thinking, I was like, what can I do right now?
Yeah.
What can I do right now? How can I make money? How can I get paid?
So you're doing it for mainly for money. In a
Honestly,
more
well,
realistic.
no, I wasn't even doing it for money because when I first started, I wasn't getting paid. Like, I was not, so I wasn't even doing it for the money. Honestly,
So you were an intern when you first started.
a sense, well, when I started working with Ball's Life, I didn't start getting paid until I started working with Ball's Life. Before that, it was a lot of like sweat equity, I guess you say, And at that time, honestly, that's when I started, like, doing it more for, like, I was trying to doing it more for, like, trying to find my purpose. What's my purpose? Like, why am I here? Like, why do I love making videos so much? Why do I care so much about storytelling? Why do I care so much about talking to people, interviewing them, and hearing their stories? And on top of that, I was just trying to, like, find my direction in life because I just graduated college. I wasn't following the Lord yet, like, not like I am now. Like, I wasn't truly, like, surrendered to the Lord, and making Jesus my Lord. So I yeah, I was just like, I didn't have anything else to do. Like, I was unemployed, right? We were in the middle of the pandemic. There were no jobs hiring.
A terrible time.
Terrible time, bro. I was down bad. So I was at a very pivotal point in my life where I was like, what am I doing with my life? And then in comes, my eventual former now, but business partner at the time telling me about, hey, I'm trying to build my online presence. I'm trying to build a YouTube channel. I'm trying to build my following on Instagram. I could use your help. So at the time, I was like, I literally have nothing else to do. Like, I quite literally have nothing else to do. Like, I'm collecting unemployment checks, which I know you probably don't know about this, but the unemployment checks during COVID, they were nice. They were nice. I was getting paid like $800 every 2 weeks for for being unemployed. I mean, for being unemployed, that was cool.
Yeah, definitely,
That was
definitely.
smooth. So yeah, so then at that point, it was really just like, what am I doing with my life? And then that was enough for me to, like, pick it up again and see where that led.
My bad.
You good? You got messages? What?
Yeah, no, checking what Roll said, but
Oh,
all right, my bad, my bad.
no, you're good. You're good. No, I don't, unless you have another question. I
Um,
was gonna wrap it up soon, but hey, if you got something else you're wondering, go for it.
nah, just wanted to say, like, what made you want to start your faith?
Oh, we're going that direction. Okay.
We
Like,
we keep it short since you say you want to wrap it up, but
yeah, yeah. Okay. No, I like that. Well, we can end on this note. What made me want to take my faith seriously?
yes. Like, what did something happen or why?
Mm. Wow. Okay. So it's just funny. I have my full testimony. I've recorded and uploaded it. I might put the link to that full testimony in there. It's long. It's like a 48-minute testimony, but I'll give you, like, kind of the condensed version. So, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, I grew up Catholic. So I grew up hearing about Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Jesus, Trinity, heard about all that. Um, that again is kind of it all kind of comes to a peak during the summer of 2020, and during that summer, I end up getting my heart broken.
Oh
I
God.
I got my heart broken for the first time, like, real serious heart, like, devastation. Um, I get my car stolen, and I lose two of my older cousins to COVID, all in that same summer. This is the summer of 2020. Within like a 2-month span, all these things happened in my life, and I'm like at a real like low point. Oh, thought I saw somebody was walking in. I'm at a real low point in my life, and for the first time in my life, start questioning like, where is God? Like never had a problem believing in Him, trusting in Him, but now I'm in some trials, tribulation, and I'm like, God might be real, but I don't think He cares about me. It's kind of like how my mindset was. Like I felt abandoned, and at the time, funny enough, the same business partner that who I no longer work with, he came alongside me as a mentor as well, as a spiritual mentor as well. He knew a lot about the Bible. He knew a lot about Jesus, and he knew a lot of scripture. And he told me about this scripture. It was the first time I heard, maybe not the first time I heard it, but it was the first time it like clicked for me. We were talking about how we have an enemy, and the enemy's job and the enemy's only like sole purpose in life is to steal, kill, and destroy. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that's my summer. Car stolen, heartbroken, family killed, like destroyed, like still kill and destroy. And so when he kind of told me that, and I saw what my summer would had been like, it all clicked for me. And it was like, oh my gosh, like the devil's real and he's trying to kill me. And if the devil's real, then that must mean God is super real. Like, like God was real to me, but like the Bible, scripture, the word, like it all became very, very real to me in
Mhm.
that moment. And then he just told me like how it was. So he was like, "Hey, you're on the fence." Like once he kind of told me about like the devil coming to steal, kill, and destroy, he was like, "You're on the fence." I was like, "What you mean?" He was like, "Bro, you're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like you haven't made a decision." He's like, in the Bible, it talks about being lukewarm. He says in the day of judgment, God's gonna be like, you're neither hot nor cold, so I spit you out my mouth, like you're lukewarm. And he was like, "You're on the fence. Like you say you love God, you want to know God, but you haven't made that decision. You haven't made that decision to surrender your life, to go all in, to like make Jesus the Lord of your life." And so I was like, bro, what? Like this was all like, like I've heard these things throughout my life, but not in the way he was explaining it to me. It
It's
just
like it was
became,
more like heartfelt
it
and
was
spiritual.
heartfelt, and it became super, super real.
Mhm.
Like I'm telling you, like the Bible, like I would hear scriptures growing up, but like the Bible became so real to me at that time. Like
Mhm.
I was like, yo, this is like life and death. Like the Bible is like what it's talking about is real. And so once he told me that, and he was like, "You're on the fence. You got to make a decision." And he was like, "No decision is a decision." He was like, Jesus said, if you aren't with me, you're against me. I was like, bro, what? Why are you telling me all this? Like, it was really like wrestling with me. I was really wrestling with it. But to me, it was like, well, if I go all in and make this decision, then who knows? I got a whole new life ahead of me that I don't even know yet. If I say no and I turn away, I go back to what I was doing before. No job, kinda no direction, no life. That's how I was weighing it. And, as you pick up your cross and start to walk, you start to see, like, there's more layers to it, right? It's a deeper relationship with Christ than but at the time, it was like, well, if I say yes, I got a new life, and if I say no, I go back to my old life, and my old life was kinda lame. So to me, it was like, "Okay, I guess I'll say yes." And that's, like it was kinda just like that was the decision for me in my heart to be like, okay, I want to start going this way. I want to repent from my ways, my sinful ways, the way I was living before, and I want to turn this way and start following Jesus. And learned a lot, made a lot of mistakes along the way. Got baptized Easter Sunday of 2021. Um,
Gotta remember the exact day.
huh?
Gotta remember the
Gotta
exact day.
remember Easter Sunday. I think it was April 4th. Um, So I made that decision. I called one of my friends up, was like, "Hey, I want to give my life to Christ. Like, what do I got to do?" He prayed with me over the phone, and got baptized later that April, or later on the following April on Easter Sunday. And yeah, made a lot of mistakes, man. It's definitely not perfect. It's giving your life to Jesus, surrendering your life to Jesus as Lord doesn't make you a perfect human being. It just means like you have a way back to relationship with the Father. So Still got a lot to learn, but bro, it's probably been the best decision that I've made.
Mhm.
So
So as we close, I want you to give everybody a message, more specifically to the youth, to everybody who says that they want to have fun in life, that which is why they don't want to get with God, or if they don't feel like they don't have time.
they don't have time for God.
Mhm.
Dang, you make me. Well, you want me to be a preacher or what? Boy, you trying to make me pastor?
But we got to close it on a good note.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Say it again. Remind me what you want me to say, or what message is
Give
this?
a message to the youth,
Mm-hmm.
to the ones who believe, or to the ones who say they want to have fun, which is why they don't want to get a relationship with God, or that they don't have time, which is why they don't feel like it.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So should I look at the camera for this? Should I look at you? I don't know. I'll say this. I was in that same boat. This is funny. Like, a big mentor at the time of my life. He's still in my life. I just don't see him as much. He lives in Vegas now. Um, Me and him would go back and forth on this for so long. He'd be like, "Bro, why don't you want to make a decision? Like, why don't you want to go all in? Why don't you want to give your life to God?" And I was like, "Bro, I don't want to be like Ned Flanders." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "Bro, I don't want to be Ned Flanders." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Bro, Ned Flanders, that character from you know what I'm talking about from The
No,
Simpsons?" Okay, let me break it down for you. So Ned Flanders, do you know what The Simpsons are?
I do
The
know that.
cartoon?
Okay, now I know you're talking
So
about.
Ned Flanders is like this corny Christian dude in The Simpsons. He's like, "Howdy doodly, neighbor." Like, he's like corny.
Yeah.
He's like got a mustache. He's got 2 kids. They go to church all the time. I thought in my mind, I was like, bro, if I start taking a relationship with God seriously, I'm gonna be like Ned Flanders. I'm gonna start wearing sweater vests. I'm gonna start wearing glasses. Which I thought, dude, like real life, I thought I was gonna be lame. Like I thought, like, dang, that means I'm gonna be lame now. That means I'm like gonna be all corny and be all like neat and nice and be like, all right, nice to meet you, like highly dooley neighbor. Like I thought that's what it meant, right? To get your life right with God. And he was like, bro, he's like, that's not what giving your life to God is like. He's like, you actually have more fun giving your life to God because you learned how to have fun like in like an edifying way, a way
You learn how to fun without like doing sin.
you learn how to have fun without doing sin, and you learn how to have fun without regrets,
Yeah.
right? As corny, whatever that may sound, but it was true, and he was right. Like serving, like to me, following God is fun. Like it forces you to have conversations with people you may not know. It forces you to have hard conversations with people that you do know. It forces like, bro, following God is like it was. It's a lot of fun. It challenges you and it grows you in ways that you don't expect. Like when I was in college, because that's when I started taking my relationship with the Lord serious. You know, when you're in college, people think getting drunk is the way to have fun, getting high, having sex, going to parties, doing all these things, right? Like that's how you have fun. And it's like for a short amount of time, yeah, that may satisfy your itch. That may satisfy whatever desires or urges you have, but it never lasts. You always got to do it again the next weekend. You know, you always got to do it again the next night. You get a hangover, like, you know, you get drunk, get a hangover, you black out. You don't remember what you did the night before. You do it again. Like, you get high. Some people, like, get anxious, you know? Like, hooking up with any and everybody, like, that's just it's nasty. It's dangerous, you know? There's diseases and there's all kinds of consequences that go down that path. So it's like the world wants you to think that living that way is fun, but it's honestly just a trap. It's really just a trap. Um, and it's the wages of sin is death. Like the Bible's pretty clear on that. So once I started like now, am I perfect? No. I'm like, no, there is no such thing as a perfect person. But I'm learning what it means to live a life that honors God, but to also like have fun. Like God doesn't want us to be boring robots. Like God wants us to go and reach the next person. He wants us to go and bring as many people into the kingdom as we can. Um, and we're not going to bring people into the kingdom if everybody just thinks Christians are boring, nerdy, you know, like what did I call them? Ned Flanders, right? So yeah, I don't know. Does that answer your question?
I think that definitely does. This is kind of showing like, because even me, people were like, how did they, you don't look like a Christian. Like, what does a Christian look like?
Right, right. What do you think Christian was like? Exact to me, I thought it was Ned Flanders. Like I thought that's what a Christian was.
To me, I thought it was straight pastors.
You thought to be a Christian, you had to be a pastor?
Basically, almost, yeah. But then I'm like, I'm still me, but I have a relationship with God, and I have boundaries, and I have respect now. So I wouldn't fall into those issues or sins,
Mm.
which is why I'm telling people, like, it's fun. Like,
Mhm.
you see me having fun. I'm a Christian. I'm a firm believer.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
Man, I'm young,
Mm.
very young, actually.
Yeah.
Not very
Oh,
young.
no, you're young. What are you, 15?
16.
16. You're young,
And
bro. You're young.
I'm able to have fun while not sinning.
Yeah.
So,
And it's fun, right?
oh yeah,
And you have a good time. And you do cool stuff, and you do cool things, and you meet cool people.
for sure. No, it's definitely fun. And going to church, connecting, that's fun.
That's fun. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought it was, like, weird or whack at one point.
You guys invited me out to hoop sessions. I'm like, I'm having fun. You invite me to Bible studies. That's only if you're in your faith already, where you'll actually have fun in Bible studies. Some people, if they're just trying, they'll get bored.
Mhm. You learn to love it.
Yeah,
You really do.
because my first Bible study, I was bored.
Yeah.
I'm be honest.
Thank
I might be like, yeah, I had so much fun.
you.
No, I was very bored, and now I'm to the point where even I'm trying to start my own Bible studies.
There you go.
So,
Come on, bro.
hey,
Praise
it doesn't matter how old you are. It just matters about your faith and what you believe.
Mm.
So you can do whatever you want and have fun, you know,
Mm.
but always lead to God. Like, always lean into God.
Mm. And you're still learning too, right?
For sure.
You never stop learning.
Yeah.
The day you stop learning is the day you're probably dead. So like keep learning. But bro, thanks. Great questions.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate the good talks. We can have a whole nother episode or video just on like Bible teachings,
Right.
following God. That might be a video for another day. But I appreciate the questions, man. And yeah, I think that's all we got for today. Pleasure to have Ant as the first official guest on No Fear Press. And we'll probably see him more in a co-host role from going forward, but just wanted to start the show off right and give credit where credit's due and show some love to one of my boys who's been with me for a few years now. And any last words you got for the people, or any piece of advice or last little story you want to share with the audience before we head out of here?
Just, if what you're doing doesn't feel like the right thing, then it isn't the right thing.
Mm. That's deep. That's deep.
You got to really believe that something is right.
Hmm. I'm gonna sit on that for a second. Sorry, was there more? Or was that it?
And that's it.
Okay. I'm gonna sit on that one for a second. I'm gonna chew on that. But yeah, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus, for the podcast, for the show.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the first episode.
That's the first episode.
Yeah.
Wait, we're gonna say something else?
Nah, that's it. Just have fun.
Oh, cool.
And I want to say, hope everybody stays blessed, stays
Yep.
safe, and, always show love.
Yep. I'm your host, CJ.
I'm Anthony.
Co-host Ant. You're watching No Fear Press. Till next time. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, cool.
I forgot Molly.
Wow. No Fear Press. Is that the name? Is that it? Is that all in? Okay, cool. What is that thing called on your wrist, on your waist again?
What? Oh, the boo boo?